If this one lands, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe. New videos every week. You know it's bad. You've known for a while now. You could write the list in your sleep. Every reason to leave. Every red flag you've already cataloged. Every morning you've woken up with that familiar heaviness. Thought about going and then somehow didn't. Not because you're confused. Not because you're not paying attention. Not because no one has said anything. They have. And you agreed with all of it. And still, every morning, you stay. Not because nothing has changed, but because some part of you, a part that was running long before this situation ever existed, has decided that this painful, familiar thing is safer than whatever might come after. Something inside you has waited every single time and come back with the same answer. Stay. Today, we're going to look at why, and where that decision was actually made. Your brain doesn't evaluate your life the way you consciously do. It doesn't ask, is this making me happy? Is this what I deserve? Is this where I want to be? It asks one thing. Is this familiar? Because familiar means predictable. Predictable means your brain already knows what's coming. And knowing what's coming, even when what's coming is painful, registers as survivable. This is why people go back. Not because they forgot how bad it was, not because they weren't paying attention, because the body formed a map, and the map says, here, at least, I know the terrain. Unknown is the real threat. Not the relationship, not the job, not the person, the open door, the blank page, the version of your life that your nervous system has no script for. Your nervous system would rather endure a known pain than risk walking into something it can't predict. The devil you know isn't a cliche. It's your brain's survival logic running at full speed. And right now, it is winning. But here's the real question. Where did your nervous system learn that bad was normal? Because it didn't learn it from this relationship. Not from this job, this friendship, this city. It learned it much earlier, long before you had the language. If you grew up in a home where love was inconsistent, where warmth could appear and then disappear without clear reason, your nervous system did what it was built to do. It adapted. It learned to read the room before you entered it, to scan for mood shifts, to stay small, want less, not push too hard, to be ready for anything at any moment. And in doing all of that, it learned something even deeper. It learned that tension followed by relief, closeness followed by silence, warmth followed by withdrawal. This is what connection feels like. Not because that's true, because that came first. Hot, then cold. Present, then gone. Loving, then critical. Safe, then suddenly not. That cycle became the template, the thing your brain now recognizes as home. Not because it was good, because it was first. Children don't have the language to say, this is harmful. They don't have the frame. They can only watch and feel and conclude, this is how things are. And what you decided how things are looked like at 7 years old, you are still living out that conclusion now. There's something else that doesn't get named enough. When you stay somewhere long enough, a relationship, a job, a version of yourself you perform every single day, it stops being just a situation. It becomes part of how you understand yourself, part of the story you tell, part of who you are to other people, and who you are to yourself. Leaving doesn't just mean leaving the place. It means leaving the person you've been inside of it. The identity you've built around this, the role, the story, the way you've explained your life to yourself for years. Who are you if you're not the person who stayed? Sometimes we don't stay because we love what we're in. We stay because we've become so fused with it that we can't picture ourselves existing outside of it. And underneath all of that, a fear that if you strip this away, you might not be sure what's left. We tell ourselves we're afraid of being alone, of starting over, of the logistics and the conversations and the hard months ahead. But under all of that, there's a quieter thing. The blank space after, that's the real fear. And then there are the years, the time, everything you gave, adjusted, forgave, swallowed. 2 years, 5, a decade of your one life. If I leave now, what was it all for? But staying another year doesn't make the last 5 mean something. This is what psychologists call the sunk cost fallacy. The belief that because you've already put in so much, time, love, energy, parts of yourself you won't easily get back. You have to keep going, as if continuing justifies what came before, as if more loss recovers the original one.